Yard é si é dó si duna é. Siже é cóir Sarah Hubbardíana sia. Tanja cinna nisle nas azar tchitni bashishin sit na jini destre. Trobaha deshanele. Na din shanal chay. Kin dasachede é nasha. Shima dó siже é Marie Carmelita Marie Hubbard Julia. Do Anthony Hubbard Julia. Shimasana A. Marie Kiani Julia. Shiche Yan Nelson Kabaha Sr. Juliant A. Chanela Estans Sarah Williams Hubbard Juliant A. Do Olive Hubbard Juliant A. Chanela Christine Bernell Hubbard Sr. Juliant A. A. Do Nakidamin Do Ba'an Nadine Ashklat. Do Nakidamin Do Ba'an Nadine Khasra Nabehobich A. Kent Vaishwal. Atla Ane Size. My hobbies vary from different things. The first hobby I started with was reading. I started reading at a young age. I started reading mythical books, scenic books. And recently I did pick up Taekwondo as a self-defense art, which became a really big hobby of mine. I do attend to watch tournaments. And I also do enjoy hiking. Hiking became a very therapeutic hobby of mine. What I'm passionate about is animals, farming, architecture. Architecture was basically something that came from my father. My father is a carpenter, and he used to come home smelling like sawdust, fumes, exhaust. After a while, I used to try to sketch out little building structures. And I've been learning how to train horses, take care of animals, take care of sheep. What intrigued me to run for Miss Navajo is a childhood dream of mine. I do look up to 3 former Miss Navajo Nations. She encouraged me since a young age to try for the crown, and telling me that it's something that is within my grasp, within my reach, and that I can pursue. Even if I have no knowledge in it or I can't speak as much, she still basically encouraged me at a young age to run for the title. In a way, it brings me a sense of accomplishment that I at least tried, and especially within a pageant with this big. But it also basically helps me learn and strive for more knowledge within my tradition and culture. One resounding message that I would love to give to the public would be to learn as much as you can. It's never too late to learn. You can learn as much as you can about your tradition, your culture. From young to older generations, learn as much as you can. What it would mean to me to become Miss Navajo would basically be a really big accomplishment on my childhood dream. And it would basically mean that I would still be able to try to inspire, encourage young ladies. Even as a contestant, I still am inspiring youth nowadays to try for their dreams, strive for their dreams.
Yad she Ariana Tapahi Inishia, Hanangani Ninslin, do Trachini Bashishin, Kinslachini Dashiche, do Trachini Dashanele, Shema Brenda Lee will ye, Ado Shija Emery Tapahi will ye, Shemasane Doshiche, Aline do Eddie Lee will ye, Ado Chanela Asan Vivian Tapahi will ye, and its aunt, do Chanela Hasteen Emerson Sosi will ye, and its aunt, Na Kishitsele Hulon. Bija Ethan do Evan Tapahi, Ado Shadej Elena Tapahi will ye. Nale Tsahoto Dent Nasha. Ado Winderock High School de Inchtka. Nasigi Nale Ashibi Tro Hahodzo de Inchtka. Utah Valley University de Inchtka. Management do American Indian Studies ba Inchtka. Diakut Algo de Ne Asanshle. Some of my hobbies include playing softball. I've been playing since I was 10 years old and playing throughout the state of Arizona. I've been playing all the way up until I was in high school. It also allows me to connect with my younger siblings who are also playing softball and baseball. Another thing I like to do is read. I've been reading for a while now, and it's a newfound hobby. Something else that I also like to do is sewing and crafting. I have my own small business, and I usually just post things or make things that I find interesting and something that I've always wanted. It was also something that I picked up during the pandemic. My grandma used to sew, and after she passed away, I was kind of the one who became the seamstress in the family. I am passionate about advocating for our Native youth, as well as preserving our language. I've grown up in the immersion program, so I was taught how to read, write, and learn all in Navajo, and that's something that I continue to advocate for, and just encouraging our youth to be able to learn their language and keep those traditions and culture alive. I was intrigued to run for Miss Navajo since I was younger. Again, I went to an immersion program, and there I learned all about my culture, my traditions, my language, and from there it kind of just stuck with me in elementary school doing pageants, and since then just really wanting to help my people, again, advocate for our youth to be able to learn their language and just show people that you can start from nowhere learning your language to being able to learn it. Participating in these events has allowed me to connect with my community. I've been able to talk with elders as well as our youth, and that's really what participating in these events are all about, is keeping our traditions, our culture, and our language alive. And so being able to make those connections with our elders and our youth has been very rewarding. One message that I would like to give to the public is to continue to learn your language, to reach out to your elders, and really advocate for our youth to be able to go and get an education. You know, today, if you take 2 minutes or 5 minutes or just a couple of minutes to talk to your elders and keep those stories and those traditions in your language alive. What it would mean to me if I became Miss Navajo, it would mean a lot to me and my family, just knowing that I was able to showcase my skills, my teachings, all that was passed down from my family, my parents, my elders, and being able to keep our culture and traditions alive, and helping our community and providing opportunities for our youth and our elders, and being able to give back in any way that I possibly can with all of the knowledge and traditions that I received.
Yat shik do shidane she community yun tiliunishe. Adone sit na jinin slingo. Ashte basichin tronhana dashichiado turik uja dashinale. Na din esklat shana hay. Kindaslichi de na sha. Gatra hote shiyaho a. Ado shama Charlene yun tiliwil ye. Shamasana Peggy cornfield will ye. Ado shiche Tom cornfield will yent and Ado shije Larson yun tilly. Chanela san Ruth yun tilly will yent and Chanela haskin Billy yun tilly will yent and Shama kindaslichi naga. Ado shije jet days de naga. Shishbe bishe di shehalo. Shadike na ke shehalo. Chelsea do shino will ye. Aldo shideje shinte will ye. Shitsile lane will ye. Alkut a son shlin. My hobbies include sewing. I picked up sewing this past year. Sewing has been a creative outlet for me to really express myself. My other hobby includes digital design. I recently got into the interest of logo design. I've taken upon myself to create small logos for my sister who bakes. So I've really enjoyed that so far. It's been a creative outlet for me. I am passionate about the geographical features here on the Nebekaya. My favorite feature here is the Navajo sandstone rocks that we live among here in Contestants. I've also enjoyed mapping, which is part of what I do that has been part of my career. I map things such as water, land parcels. So through that, I've been able to connect through the land, not only here, but in other states. You know, I've always been a visual learner, and I think that really connects with everything that I've been doing. There has been a lot of encouraging factors to run for Miss Navajo. For example, my older sister, Leandra Thomas from Steamboat, ran back in 2012. And all I remember about that year for her pageantry was her butchering and everybody yelling, "Abby." Another key small factors, words of encouragement that really mean a lot to me looking back was when my uncles and aunts would see me butcher and be involved around it. They would say, "Miss Navajo." And looking back at it does mean a lot because I know what I'm getting involved with, what it means to be in this position, and that I'm going to be representing my family. So I'm very excited about it. I understand the youth do look up to us, not only as contestants, but Miss Navajo, to really connect with our people. Miss Navajo is a perfect example, a role model that, you know, we are here, we are learning our language, and future Miss Navajo, the teachings, the language, the stories are all with you, and it's important to share that amongst our community. One message I would like to share to my people, Ashonda, the Nebazad Diego Yalkit Dolel, Dishje, our elderlies are yearning for us to speak the language. I encourage you all to support each other in your language journey. I am in my language journey and very happy I started. To become Miss Navajo and wear the crown, not only am I accepting the responsibility of encouraging the youth and talking to our elders, I'm engaging with everyone to speak the language. I understand we come from different communities and we learn about different things and talk about different things. And that's all something we need to encourage to share with each other. You know, there's not one teaching and we all need to hear it. I'm more than happy to listen, sit down and talk with all age groups. I look forward to talking to the kids and greeting them, Shideja, Shitsile, and our elders, Yat Eshamasana Shiche. So Al-Kut'al, I'm very welcoming. I look forward to meeting you all.
Yards ama eja ama sane eche anele tilketo jiketo no sehle dano thinigi she yard sanjikini nishlo Dio edene et kudich itni e bashishchin tko he glini dashiche do ashin hidashinele she yard Tanisha Francis yin shiedo nele so halibia de inasha nele tilanedo tethagedes aha bitlahazoide nadine shina he Do Shema ya Thomasina Francis Williams, do Shija a JC Francis Williams, and Shemasane do Shiche a Helen Sosi Williams, do Thomas Sosi Williams. Chanela Istando, Chanela Hastini a Eleanor do Archie Francis Williams, and Chanela a Nale Isnasha Altin, say it but dot dan da Shema ba Alchine Ayasi a didn't go hello.
Ako kere nasha, indi shima oyo ilchini yanesa, ako shanai enake a Jerson do Jason Francis Willie, Shade Aidcott, a Vanessa Bigay, Tiffany Burbank do April Francis Willie, Shadeja Aidcott, a Ezra do Kara Kara Willie, Tlagi a Jamisha Yazi Willie, Ado Shaya na bahobach a ke na kedemildo ba nadin ashleto na kedemildo ba nadin hastka beniya yeshwal din gonet saze akot adana estanishli. I am passionate about giving back to my community. I'm very passionate about helping people and showing my appreciation to my family and my community. What intrigued me to run for Miss Navajo was my sister. Growing up, my sister, she was a former Miss Navajo, and I remember going to her photo shoots. I remember following her around with her outfits and her jewelry. And another thing was, growing up, my parents always took me to Navajo Nation Fair, and I always used to see the contestants and Miss Navajo going by during the parade, and I always used to wave them down and for a photo. And another thing would be so that I could be an example for my little sisters that it's okay to put yourself out there and to just be themselves. It would mean a lot to me to become Miss Navajo. It would give me an opportunity and the honor to carry on my family's tradition. It would give me an opportunity to also give back to my community and give me an opportunity to give back to small businesses around the Navajo Nation and to also raise more awareness for mental health. My hobbies include anything outdoors. I like camping, fishing, biking, and hiking. I also like reading and listening to music. Another thing is I like to be with my family. I like to cook for my family, and the thing I like to cook for my family would be stew. It brings a lot of memories of being with my Che and my grandma, and even during the summer, we're always eating stew. And another thing is I like to be with my animals. I like to be with my sheepdogs, and we have a little chicken at home. She's always following us around. She's always with my little sisters, and we always, my family and I, we really keep our pets as like family. So I like being with my family and my sheep and being outdoors. One resounding message that I would give to my people would be to never be afraid to put yourselves out there, continue to be you, and to always be open to any teachings that come your way. Be willing to learn when teaching comes your way. Life is about learning new things and putting yourselves out there, and also to take care of yourselves and to take care of others around you.